What's up, everybody? It's your boy Jay Hungry once again coming at you. Hello to the YouTube world out there, and a special hello to everybody in the Wu-Tang Clan. Let's see that W. Throw it up, baby. Here it is. Not to be confused with the Wuhan Clan, who unfortunately spread a little virus. Anyways, we're going to be making salsa today with these very simple ingredients. Stay tuned, because here we go, baby. Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to mess with. Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to mess with. Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to mess with. Okay, so here we go. A couple of simple ingredients. Chile de Arbol, or Arbol chili pods. They're dried out. You can pick them up in this pack. This is 2 ounces. So we're only going to use half, which will be 1 ounce. Then we have 4 cloves of garlic, okay? And 1 teaspoon of Himalayan pink salt. Use any kind of salt you like. We may need to add more, but that's where we're gonna start. 1 teaspoon of Himalayan pink salt. And then we need water. All right, so first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add water to our pot. Half of those chilies in here, bring it to a boil, then we'll get to the next step. So first we'll start by turning on our flame, put it at about medium. Again, we're cooking on a 36-inch Viking range. And we're going to add to that 1 bottle of water is about 16 fluid ounces. Now we'll add our second bottle of water, which will bring us to about 32 ounces of water. We'll get our Chile de Arbol. The name brand is Mi Costenita. Mi Costenita. Or just look for the little pretty lady on the label. So we're gonna put half of these chilies in the pot. The good thing about making salsas is that you can always add a little bit more if the flavor's not right. The other thing is too, as you experiment with your salsas, you can add flavors to it. This is where you get the salsas from. This is like an expression of how people are feeling, whether they want it salty, whether they want it garlicky. So feel free to experiment. This is a recipe that I got from my mother-in-law a couple days ago. It was really good. It was spicy. So we're definitely gonna call this a spicy salsa. When I'm done, it should come out kind of like the color of the chili, a little bit reddish. So as we're waiting for this to boil, one thing I need to mention to you is when you're cooking salsas, if you have older pots and pans that you don't use, you wanna use those. Sometimes the salsa, the flavor of the salsa, the heat sticks to the pot. So the next thing that you make, let's say if I were to make a soup in here, it might come out a little bit spicy because we've now flavored, we've now seasoned the pot or pan. So if you have really nice expensive pots and pans, maybe you don't want to cook your chilies in that because you don't want that to affect your next meal. So this is an older pot that I had. My wife suggested I use that, so good idea to my wife. Really appreciate it. So the other thing I want to let you know is once you open that bag, it's not resealable. So since I'm not using the whole thing, get a Ziploc bag and put your remaining chilies in the bag. So now you can store them in a nice, safe, dry place where they won't get wet. Squeeze the air out, roll it up. Boom. Now you have chilies for the next time or for a different salsa, which hopefully I'll be showing you. So we see the pot, the water starting to boil. We're gonna let it boil a little bit more. After it boils, we'll move to the next step. You can see the nice foamy, spongy bubbles coming up. It's almost ready. We'll just keep them in there a little longer. Just kind of keep dunking them in the water. It's already smelling good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the fan on, so if you hear a little bit of noise, that's what it is. I'll set it on low. but it is starting to smell really good. And all we're doing is boiling these chiles. As we're giving our chilies a little time to boil, we're gonna take our garlic and start working on them. This knife's a little bit big, but it's all right. So what we want to do with the garlic is kind of got the root there. I'm just kind of cut that off. I've seen this move on cooking shows. Let's see what happens. Look, it does work. You smash it, make it a little easier to peel. Comes right off. Oh, nice. Guess it does work. Just be careful, don't cut yourself. Garbage. So we're going to take out our magic bullet. Again, my wife always thinking ahead. We have a special container marked chiles, especially for when we make salsas. So this cup, if you were to make a milkshake in it, it'd probably be a spicy milkshake. So we want to make sure that you designate when you ever making salsa or you're messing with chilies, designate certain cookware, especially for the chilies. We're almost at the perfect consistency, I should say, for these chilies. What we're looking for, so we want them to be nice and soft. So they're still a little bit hard. So we got a couple more minutes on that. We have our 4 cloves of garlic that are peeled, ready to go. We have about a teaspoon of pink Himalayan salt. So what we'll actually do is take our 4 cloves of garlic, throw them in there, get our salt going. And when these chilies are ready, we'll put all the chilies in there, and we'll take maybe about a cup of water from here. Instead of using fresh water, we'll take the chili water and we'll put it in there, and then we'll just puree away. I like that, puree away. Sounds cool. I dropped the temperature on the burner from a medium to about a medium low, just so that I can get rid of some of the bubbles so you guys can see what's going on. So we started off with 32 ounces of water. I think we're back down to about 16, which is really good. So as you can see, the chilies are almost done. Just gonna leave them a few more minutes. You can see how that water kind of changed to a reddish. That's beautiful, because we're gonna use that same water in the salsa. So you gotta make sure that you have enough water, because you don't wanna boil them, dry them all out, and then you have no water. And if you go to use fresh water, you're gonna kind of kill the flavor. So you wanna make sure that flavor stays in that water. The water is going to be intensified by the chilies, and we're gonna have a nice hot sauce. So right now, the chilies are actually laying on the bottom of the pot. It's a good sign, because that means we're gonna probably end up throwing all of this into our salsa, so we waste nothing. And the wife and my daughter are on their way to get pizza, and we're gonna throw some of this salsa on the pizza, which is gonna make it off the chain. And yes, I did say salsa on the pizza. If you haven't tried it, you gotta check it out. Either with my It's Not Guacamole sauce, or this Chile de Arbol sauce, or my green sauce. You gotta try it. This is flame. Gotta put hot sauce on your pizza. All right. So we've got these chilies boiled. They're now nice and soft. So now what we do is we take our chilies and we start putting them in our cup. Put the chilies in the cup. Ooh, look at that, baby. Ooh, man, this is gonna be so good. And I want to thank my mother-in-law, who continues to show me how to make some of these salsas. I don't know whether to pronounce it in English or Spanish. Look at me. Salsas. We're gonna pronounce it like it should be. Thank you, mother-in-law, for showing me how to make salsas. There we go, baby. I know I did say hot sauce, but these are salsas. Come on, Jay Hungry. Get with it, Jay Hungry. Stick to your roots, man. We're gonna cram all those peppers in here. My nose is running, not because of any certain viruses that are out there, but just because of me breathing in these fumes. Oh my goodness. This is gonna be so good. It smells so wonderful too. I can't even lie. In the end, all said and done, we're left with about 8 ounces of water. So that's awesome because that's about what we need to put in here. So let's see if I do this. Okay, so we poured all the contents in here. It's a little thick. It needs a little bit of salt. So what I'm gonna do is take another teaspoon. I'm gonna dump another teaspoon of salt in here. Again, I'm using pink Himalayan. Doesn't matter what you use. And we're just gonna put a little bit of the fresh water. Just a little bit. Because I want this salsa to be a little runny. So we'll screw this back on, put it on the blender. And the key to this is to keep mixing it. Just keep it going. Let it go more than you normally would. Because you want everything, the seeds, the skin, you want everything broken down so that it's nice and watery. All right, so our salsa is done. As promised, the wife and the daughter came back with the pizza. My favorite thing to do is take my salsa, put it on the pizza, and enjoy it. Before I take a bite of this, I just want to say thank you to everybody who has subscribed. If you haven't, please do it. It doesn't cost you a thing. Leave a comment, leave a thumbs up, leave a thumbs down if it's too hot and spicy for you. Listen, everybody, you're really going to enjoy this. It's super easy to make, and I hope y'all enjoy it. Everybody out there in the Wu-Tang Clan, don't forget, throw up that W. We'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out. Thanks, everybody, for watching.